8173. How much supplemental oxygen for emergency descent must a pressurized turbine-powered air transport airplane carry for each flight crew member on flight deck duty when operating at flight altitudes above 10,000 feet? A. A minimum of 2 hours supply. B. Sufficient for the duration of the flight above 8,000 feet cabin pressure altitude. C. Sufficient for the duration of the flight at 10,000 feet flight altitude, not to exceed 1 hour and 50 minutes. The correct answer is A. Each crew member must have access to enough oxygen to last the whole trip at flight altitudes over 10,000 feet, and not less than a 2-hour supply for each flight crew member on duty on the flight deck. 8183. Each air carrier flight deck crew member on flight deck duty must be provided with an oxygen mask that can be rapidly placed on his face when operating at flight altitudes. A. Of FL-260. B. Of FL-250. C. Above FL-250. The correct answer is C. Each air carrier flight deck crew member on flight deck duty must be provided with an oxygen mask that can be rapidly placed on their face when operating at flight altitudes above FL-250. FL-250 refers to a flight level of 25,000 feet. This requirement ensures that the flight deck crew members have access to supplemental oxygen in the event of cabin pressurization issues or emergency situations at higher altitudes. 8184. A flight crew member must be able to don and use a quick donning oxygen mask within A. 5 seconds. B. 10 seconds. C. 15 seconds. The correct answer is A. Each flight crew member assigned to flight deck duties must be given an oxygen mask that can fit comfortably over their nose and mouth when operating at aircraft altitudes above flight level 250. Be quickly applied to the wearer's face from its ready position, securely fastened, and providing oxygen in less than 5 seconds. It must also be designed in such a way that, once applied, it does not obstruct immediate communication between the flight crew member and other crew members via the aircraft intercom system. When not in use, the mask must be kept readily accessible and available for use at aircraft altitudes greater than flight level 250. 8155. If either pilot of an air carrier airplane leaves the duty station while flying at FL-410, the other pilot? A. And the flight engineer shall put on their oxygen masks and breathe oxygen. B. Shall put on the oxygen mask and breathe oxygen. C. Must have a quick donning type oxygen mask available. The correct answer is C. Each flight crew member on duty on the flight deck must have an oxygen mask within reach and configured to be quickly put on his or her face when operating at flying altitudes over FL-410. This oxygen mask is frequently referred to as a quick donning mask. The mask must be made to fit the user's face in less than 5 seconds in order to comply with laws. If one pilot leaves their station when flying above FL-410, the other pilot is required to put on their oxygen mask. 8156. If a turbine engine-powered, pressurized airplane is not equipped with quick donning oxygen masks, what is the maximum flight altitude authorized without one pilot wearing and using an oxygen mask? A. FL-200. B. F-1300. C. FL-250. The correct answer is C. If a turbine engine-powered, pressurized airplane is not equipped with quick donning oxygen masks, the maximum flight altitude authorized without one pilot wearing and using an oxygen mask is FL-250, flight level 25,000 feet. FL-250 represents the altitude at which the requirement for oxygen masks becomes necessary to ensure the safety and well-being of the flight crew due to the reduced oxygen levels at higher altitudes.